Hey everybody, it's Matt Minotti with Dream Vacations, bringing you a full ship tour of the MSC World America. Now, we were lucky enough to be on the inaugural cruise, so we were the first set of folks to take a full week's cruise on this ship, and I have to tell you, we had an amazing time. This ship is beautiful, period, full stop. It's just an amazing ship. The design, the flow of the ship, the way they did everything, it's just really, really nice. The bars, the restaurants, everything was so well done. The theming in the bars, amazing. The drinks were so good. The staff was really, really amazing. The restaurants were laid out really well. Had a nice mix of different types of food, which was nice. I have to say, I'm not a big buffet guy, but the buffet is laid out in an amazing way. The seating up there is just so well done. There's sections that are wide, so you're not all jammed in there. Windows everywhere. Even having a section of the buffet that overlooks the back of the ship out on the World Promenade, which opens up out to the ocean. So they just did a really great job at setting up the ship, I think. If you're a pool person, the main pool area is really well done. The pool is really big, so there's just one large pool and the one main pool area, which is really nice. A lot of times there's a couple little pools and kind of gets segmented. This was just one big area, really, really nice. Some tiered seating there as well. Also has the second level pool deck, so there's additional loungers up there. Just a really great use of space. You also have the indoor area, so there's a pool inside with a kind of retractable roof. Sometimes it's open, sometimes it's not. But there's a ton of indoor covered seating with, windows looking out at the ocean, so you still get a great view. If you want to get out of the sun, they have that covered. There's a couple hot tubs in there as well. Just really well done. Just great use of space. Again, they just really knocked it out of the park. If you're looking for the adults only area, there's the Zen Area in the back of the ship, and it's really huge. So the adults only area is big, so if you're looking to get out of the fray and out of all the craziness, they have a great space in the back for adults, and just, again, really well done. Two small pools back there, but enough to cool off, but it was a really great use of the space. You really can't complain about it at all. Again, I want to touch on the food. Specialty restaurants, really good mix of different types of food. Again, I'm not a buffet guy, but I enjoyed the times I went to the buffet. I thought it was your average cruise buffet. I found it to be okay. But the pizza, man, the pizza on MSC is off the charts as far as cruise ships go. Definitely the best pizza on the sea in this ship. Just, again, really, really well done pizza. Now, I have to say, for the food, if you're familiar with MSC, you find yourself on other ships, the only place to eat during the day is in the buffet. So if you get hungry, that's where you have to go. So on this ship, they totally fixed that. They have a lot of complimentary food areas, or even areas you can get food at a nominal cost. Some of the bars have like bar food and things like that. So it's really great addition to the MSC vibe. It was awesome. So out by the pool, they have burgers and hot dogs, and donuts and French fries. I mean, tons of stuff you can grab. Also have a full pizza section out there. They have the standard frozen yogurt as well. There's a charge for that, but the other food's complimentary, and it really, really set a great tone out there. It's nice to see. There's a burger and pizzas area on deck 6 that's open during the day and the evening. Again, it's complimentary. You can just pop in there, grab some pizza, grab burgers. They had a bunch of different types of food, so it was really well done. Something MSC desperately needed, and they put it on this ship, and it really makes a great difference. The shows were pretty good. We checked out, 4 or 5 different shows during the course of the week. Found them enjoyable. Dirty Dancing's their main show, and it was interesting and well done. There's some bands and musicians playing throughout the ship. They were all, they were good, and saw a couple of comedy guys that were funny. So there's plenty to do. There was a Whitney Houston show on my sailing in one of the main theaters, and she sounded like Whitney Houston, so it was crazy. But they did again, I thought it was the best entertainment I've ever seen on an MSC ship, so they did a really great job at that. If that's something you look forward to, you'll probably enjoy it on this ship. But I really do have to say, the design of the ship is really what carries it. It's just so beautiful. It flows so nice. If you're familiar with cruising, sometimes you get on a ship and it's all segmented up and you have to walk from here to there and everything gets, I don't know, it seems annoying. The flow on this, you have the World Galleria, which is deck 6, then you have deck 7 and 8, which are the terraces with bars and restaurants and stuff. Everything's right there. Really easy, it flows really nice, great to get everywhere. Then if you want to go up to the pools and the adventure area, that's like, 18, 19, 20. It's all up there, easy to get to. It flows really nice. It's just well done. The ship itself, I thought it was probably the best kind of layout of any cruise ship I've done. So I really enjoyed it. It's definitely thumbs up on that. I do have to say the activities on this ship are pretty amazing. Deck 20 has the family Adventura area, which has the ropes course. It has the Sportsplex, which you do pickleball in there. There's basketball in there. They have the bumper cars, which I don't know. I always thought bumper cars on a cruise ship would be kind of silly. We went on every day, some days twice. They are super fun. It was really well done. But the Sportsplex, there's lots going on in there. You have the cliffhanger, which is the swing that's out there as well, which we did a couple times. And again, it seems like it might be kind of silly, but when you're up there swinging over the side of the ship, it's kind of scary, gives you the creeps, so it was really fun. My daughter, she's 9, she loved the ropes course, did it every day. Tons of stuff to do if you have, 8, 9, 10 and up kids. If you have little kids, definitely talk to myself or someone else. There's limited things to get into, so for the little kids, you may want to talk to somebody and make sure it's going to be the right fit for you. But I'd say for 90% of the folks, it's a great family ship, and there's so much to do for the kids, which is really important. Also have to mention the World Promenade on this ship, which is at the back on deck 8. Just opens up obviously out to the ocean, but it's just such a great space. You walk through, they have restaurants and bars and different activities out there. It's just such a great touch on this ship. It just looks great. They have the lighting out there. They do light shows at night. They have musicians at night. It's just really well done. Can't say enough good things about that part of the ship. It really great addition to the MSC fleet. They did a great job on that area. You're gonna really love that section of the ship. But this tour is pretty long, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut up and let you watch it. But if you enjoy this, please hit like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be dropping a video a week from here on out for the rest of the year. Also, if you like this ship and would like to book it, we would love to help. We're familiar with MSC. For new folks, MSC can be a little confusing, so I always tell people, work with myself or another advisor when you're dealing with MSC. It'll definitely make it a little easier for you. So we're here and we're glad to help. But I hope you enjoy the tour. Again, hit like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much.
All right, let's start this tour out on the World Galleria, which is deck 6 of the ship. This is from the front of the ship, walking towards the rear. But as you come into the main area, you can just see how beautiful this ship is. MSC did such a great job. It is just looks so high-end, looks so nice. This is just one of the nicest ships I've ever been on. The burgers and pizza area here on the right is a great complimentary food addition to the MSC fleet. MSC desperately needed some quick food other than the buffet, and they really knocked it out of the park on this ship. But as you walk down deck 6, you can see the LED ceiling, which changes throughout the day. It was super cool. I really loved seeing all the things they had up there. And with the terraces, there's 2 more decks with bars and restaurants. This is just such a great area of the ship. Spent a lot of time down here. It's really, really fun. Now this is a Jean-Philippe chocolate shop, and I have to say that I spent more money in this chocolate shop than I did on anything else on the cruise, including the 4-night dining package. So be careful when you come in here. It is addictive, and everything is truly amazing in there. Truly amazing. But there's lots of shops and stuff on Deck 6, and the shopping on MSC is a step above all the other cruise lines. I think the shops are pretty awesome on this ship. We definitely bought more than I wanted to, but we enjoyed the shopping on this ship for sure. But to the left up here would be your excursion desk, and then if you keep heading down to the left, there's a little hallway which will take you to guest services. And I had a couple issues I went and spoke with them about on this week-long cruise, and they did a great job at resolving them. So I gave them a 10 for that for sure on this cruise. Now this bar is the only bar on Deck 6, so if you're strolling around and looking for a cocktail, this is where you'll end up. But they have live music in here throughout the day and the evening. As you can see, they have stuff set up for full bands. They also had some just single musicians in here as well. But it was a great spot to come and relax. I really enjoyed this space. Also, keep in mind that in the morning it is open for coffees. It has a full coffee bar as well, full alcohol bar and full coffee bar. So I definitely dropped in for some different coffees throughout the week, and they always did a great job. But I'm also gonna cut to some music so you can hear what it sounds like with the musicians. All right, from here, we will head down Deck 6 into the main dining room areas. There are 3 of the main dining rooms on this deck, and they're all down this one main hall, which makes it really convenient. I really like how MSC separates the dining rooms instead of having one giant dining room. For some reason, it just seems a little more intimate when you're in there. But these dining rooms look great. They're big, but they just have a great feel. I love all the windows. There's just something about being able to look out at the ocean while you're eating. It just makes it so nice. And that definitely gets lost sometimes on the bigger ships where they have the big giant main dining rooms, which are beautiful, but you kind of lose that vibe. But the first two, both sides are pretty much similar. But they are pretty big. We did not have either of these dining rooms, so I did not get a chance to eat in either of these. There is one main dining room on Deck 5, and that was the one we were assigned. There's also a third one all the way down. When you pass the giant walls of wine, I can assure you that if you're a wine drinker, there is a ton of wine on this ship. So Bubbles is the last one here down the end of the hall. Again, the dining rooms looked great, very big. Each one's big, so you have plenty of space for folks. I didn't see them too crowded on my sailing. I always peeked around to see what was going on. So it seemed like they had ample tables for everybody. Didn't see a lot of lines either, so I think they have that handled pretty well on this ship. When you have your room keys, you'll have a assigned dining room and an assigned table. You can see the little cards on each table, which have the numbers, so you would just find your table and that's where you are. These dining rooms, they just look great. From here, we'll just head back to the World Galleria, the main area of Deck 6. Again, you can see all of the wine. They have tons of wine on this ship. Also, you'll notice the elevator bays, how many elevators there are. They are awesome on this ship. Had no issues with the elevators ever. But as we head back down the World Galleria here on Deck 6, again to the right there would be the guest services. I love how the bar on the left has a lot of seating out on the main area. That was a nice touch. There's a lot of people out there enjoying themselves. There's a lot of spaces on this ship if you're traveling with groups where you can find seating together, which is really nice. But again, you can get a feel for this deck, how awesome it looks. The lighting, the ceiling, everything is just really, really, really well done. It just looks amazing. Couldn't get over it. I'll probably gush about it the entire video, but it really looks great. This ship is amazing. Also wanted to give you a look at when it's a little bit busier, so you kind of get a feel for when people are around. I know sometimes the empty walks make it look like there's nobody on the ship, but there is. And they had a lot of shopping events during the week. There was always people around on Deck 6 and the terraces above. So this was a great area. Always folks running around. It was a really lively area. But we'll go ahead and finish walking down. Now again, on the left, I mentioned there's the pizza and burgers. And again, if you've cruised MSC before, a lot of times, you know, other than the buffet and the specialty restaurants, especially during the day, there just isn't a lot of options to grab food. So they really stepped it up on this ship. The burger area has all kinds of different foods. They're out all day into the evening. We ate there a lot. It was pretty awesome. They have lots of donuts out, candy out, that kind of stuff. All different types of food, burgers, chicken sandwiches. Also, I have to say, I was traveling with my 9-year-old, and there are no chicken fingers, or they're hard to find in the buffet anyway. But those boxes right there, they have chicken fingers here in the burger area. So keep that in mind. If your kids love chicken nuggets like mine, you'll be looking for them. But you can see they have 2 self-service beer dispensers here as well, so you just scan your card, and you can grab beers here as well. And the pizza, as you may have heard on MSC, is the best pizza at sea by far. I really enjoyed it. So did my daughter there. On the right, there's some arcade games. This is kind of like the Lunar Park area. And there's a little theater in there as well. Also wanted to give you a couple sneak peeks at the different ceilings that they had, or the LED ceilings up there. I really enjoyed them. It was just great walking around with them changing throughout the day. So I'm going to let you take a look at a few that I grabbed while I was walking around. But again, I have to say, they were just so cool to see when you're walking around. All right, let's jump up to Deck 7. And we'll start out over at the World Theater. Now, they had Dirty Dancing was the show on this ship. It was really cool. They actually play the movie in the background. They have a live band playing and live dancers all throughout the theater, kind of acting out what's going on. It was an interesting concept. My daughter and I really enjoyed it, actually. So make sure you set up a time to come see the show. I thought it was really cool. Now, as you can see in here, the theater isn't as large as on some of the big mega ships. So keep that in mind. If you're going to make reservations, you're probably going to want to do it because it's not a super huge theater. But it was good size for the show. I came in and saw a comedian in here one night that was funny. They do different things throughout the week, so just check the app and you'll always know what's going on. But definitely make time to check out Dirty Dancing. It was a unique show for sure. I'll show you a little setup of what it looked like before it started. It's kind of the backdrop as we were waiting for it to start. I'll give you a quick peek at the show itself. So as you can see, the movie's in the background. There's dancers all around you, really, and they're kind of acting out what's going on the scenes in the movie. So it was cool. But let's jump back out to the main part of Deck 7, which is known as the Terraces, which is Deck 7 and Deck 8. Don't forget, they always have the barber shop on MSC, and it's right here. Now, one of my favorite places to drop in for an adult beverage was the pub, and it is right here on Deck 7. Now, MSC has its own brewery on this ship, so they brew, I think it was 3 types of beers. They were all really good. And for my beer-loving friends, each bar, or several bars anyway, have a ton of draft beers, which was really awesome. A lot of times you get a couple and that's it. Well, not on this ship. They had a bunch. And this was a really great place to come have some beers. The theming in here was great. A lot of space, a lot of places to sit. They also had live music in here every evening, which was usually really good. And they mix it up. They had some country, some blues, that type of stuff. It was really interesting. All right, that definitely gives you a taste of some of the musicians on the ship. Again, this was a great place to come listen to some music. But let's head out and keep heading down Deck 7. Do a little quick walk. Now, they have a good mix of bars and restaurants on the terraces. And the ever popular Hola Tacos and Cantina is on the ship as well. As you might notice, the specialty restaurants, and this is one of them, are pretty small on this ship. As you look in there, there's not as much real estate as on some of the other MSC ships. You can see the bar there. I will tell you to come in and grab a margarita in there. It was totally worth it. From there, as we head down, you have the photo area there on the left. They did a really great job on the photo area. So if that's your thing, they're easy to see and definitely worth dropping in there to check the pictures out. Also, the casino is on this deck as well. So this is the Signature Casino. We'll take a quick walk through so you get an idea of what to expect. I came in here a couple evenings. I'm not a big gambler, but I had fun playing the slots. Didn't lose too much. And it was always full, lot of fun folks in here, so this is a fun place to come. The table games are off to the far right, and there's a ton of slot machines. Now as you head towards the back, you'll come to the Panorama Lounge, which is an awesome space. They had a number of different shows throughout the week. A lot of great areas to sit and just chill with your people. When the music's playing, you can hear it really well right there on those seats, so you don't necessarily have to be right up where the main theater is. You can still hear everything really good, and it was still a great place to sit. They have full bar, tiered seating, just a really great setup in here. As you can see, the views in here are pretty insane. And they did stuff during the day and in the evening, so it changes a little throughout the day. They can close You can put shades down over those windows, as you'll see here in a second. And I'll give you a quick jump to the Whitney Houston show, which was surprisingly good. Now I have to say, all of the sound systems on this MSC ship were amazing. There's music playing everywhere on the ship. Every venues, the sound systems were amazing. Whoever set all that up, they did a great job. But from here, we'll just go ahead and do a quick walk back towards the rest of Deck 7 and the terraces. Again, take a look at the beautiful elevator area. You will have no trouble with elevators on this ship. But as we get back out here on Deck 7, you also have the Sushi and Hibachi, which is a specialty restaurant. I did come and have some sushi one night, a la carte, and it was pretty good. Enjoyed it. Did not get to do the hibachi on this trip, but I'll jump in here so you can take a look at it. The sushi books up quick, so if that's your thing, definitely get a time slot. I had a hard time getting one. I had to come pretty late to actually eat, so definitely set that up ahead of time. But again, this is a little bit of a smaller hibachi area than I've seen on the other MSC ships. So keep that in mind if this is your thing. Again, definitely set it up when you first board so you make sure you get a spot that you like. I'll also give you a quick look at what it looks like with some folks sitting and eating. All right, as we head back down Deck 7, we'll take a look, and I'm going to have to give you a look at my favorite ceiling that popped up, which was the whales. They are so cool. I don't know why I was so enthralled with this ceiling, but I really enjoyed the LCD ceiling. I think I'm secretly a 12-year-old kid at heart, but I really enjoyed seeing those. But anyway, let's head back down the deck. Next stop is the steakhouse. So Butcher's Cut is their steakhouse. I ate there one night on our 7-night cruise, and it was really good. They have a lot of different steak options. They have some dry aged steaks as well. Again, it's not a lot of real estate in here, so again, if you're looking to do it, make sure you set it up. But it definitely has that steakhouse feel in here. But my daughter and I ate here. It happened to be my 56th birthday on this trip, so we came in for my birthday and had a wonderful meal. So we really did enjoy it. If you like dry aged steaks, they do have them. As we head back down Deck 7, take another look at the view of the rest of the terraces all the way down the decks. Again, the ship just looks so awesome. And yes, I'm going to throw in another look at the whales. Definitely super cool. All right. I'm sure you're sick of the whales now, so let's go ahead and head back down deck 7. Lots of spaces to shop. If you're looking for a watch, there are multiple places to get some nice ones. We'll go ahead and jump up to deck 8. Now, the Gin Project was my favorite bar this trip. This was my go-to spot every night. I'm a huge fan of gin and gin cocktails, and they did an amazing job. They have so many different types of gin, so many different types of drinks. The bartender really knew what she was doing. I was really impressed with this bar. Now, as you may notice, you see the brewery stuff there again. So this is actually the second floor of the English pub below. So when there's musicians down there playing, you get to hear the music up here as well, which makes for a nice evening. But they have a pool table here in the back. Again, the theming in these bars are just well done. Really great feel in here. I was definitely in here every evening. Big fan of this bar for sure. But I'll let you take a listen to some of the music on one of the evenings. All right, across from the Gin Project, you have the dining area for those in the Aria Suites. They have their own main dining room, so it's a little more private, a little more exclusive feeling. They definitely have a much cooler location. But you're going to get pretty much the same food as you would in the main dining room. You just have a little bit nicer, more exclusive feeling area to eat in. But I was definitely a little jealous when I walked through, since our dining room was all the way down on deck 5. This one was definitely cooler. So I had dining room envy for sure, but maybe next time. All right, let's jump back over by the Gin Project and we'll head on down deck 8. Have to go through this little kind of hallway. I think I think the brewery stuff is in there. Not sure though, just guessing. As you come back around, you have the Loft, which is a comedy and live music place. It's another well done venue. Sound in there was great. They had a lot of different things throughout the week. A lot of couches. So if you have a good sized group, it's another good place to come when you can find some seating for larger groups. They also have some outside seating, which was really cool. I love that most of the bars had outdoor seating. Now, oddly enough, the bars really don't open till 4 or 5, but I would just grab a drink toward the day and come out here and sit anyway. So I got to use it anyhow, but it was nice in the happy hour and early evening to go out there and sit as well. But again, they had multiple types of events. It was really cool. Had a good bar setup as well, which is always important. All right, let's head back out to deck 8. Now the next bar is the Champagne Bar, which is called Fizz. This place was really, really awesome. I came in here just about every night and had a few glasses of champagne. Had a really cool vibe. Usually playing some old jazz in here. It was just a really cool place to come sit. Set up really well. They have a lot of seats where you can see out to the ocean, as you can tell, and they also have outdoor seating as well. Again, the bars are just so well done on this ship. I was really impressed with every one of them. I definitely camped out here a couple evenings and had a few glasses of champagne, as I mentioned. Those are the outdoor seats for the Loft. And then when you see the ones with the blue cushions, they are for the Champagne Bar. They kind of have this little cool area on the other side. Sat up there a couple nights. But again, they have just such a great use of space, of the indoor and outdoor space on these bars. Just well done. And they do have some very expensive champagnes, if that's your thing. I know I probably spent more than I should have in here, but it was worth it. It's a great bar. Alrighty, let's head directly across from the Champagne Bar is Elixer, which is the Mixology Bar. A little bit smaller bar, but again, set up really well. The cocktails in here were really good. Really great vibe at night. And they also have outdoor seating, which again, I just think is such a great use of space. Really enjoyed the couches and how it was set up so you could come in, hang with people, and just really enjoy the bar. They have some really unique drinks here. They had some really good bourbons as well. But again, really great use of space. This outdoor space was really awesome. All the way down at the end there, you see that door. It's kind of like a private room. Some really expensive bourbons in there. Here's a quick peek at what it looks like. And there's some people in there enjoying themselves. Alright, so right next to that bar is Eataly, which is one of the specialty restaurants. My daughter and I ate here twice and really enjoyed it. The pasta was really good. The menu was cool. It was just a really well done. We enjoyed it. Again, it's not too big, so keep that in mind. Make sure you book it if you want to get in. They do have outdoor seating, as you can see through the windows there. Definitely a casual feel in here. But again, we ate 2 times and really enjoyed the food. Especially if you're cruising with kids. Most kids love pasta, and the pasta was really good. But from here, we can head back down deck 8 towards the rear of the ship. And we'll be heading to the World Promenade. Now, this area of the ship is just amazing. Really enjoyed it. They did such a great job. On the right, you have the Coffee Emporium, which is the coffee shop, which had some really great coffee options in there. Some quick bites as well. On the left, you have the Greek restaurant. Really love the outdoor seating, how it feels like it's kind of on a little street here. But I ate in there one evening and enjoyed it. I'm not the biggest fan of Greek food, but I did have a enjoyable dinner. They also have a walk-up window here on the left. So if you want to just come up and get something quick, you can grab it and sit at one of those tables right there on the left. That was a really good touch. Now these little elevators right here on your right will take you right up to deck 18, 19, and 20. So you can quickly hop up there if you need to. And that's where the jaw drop slide brings you and drops you down on this deck. The slide's really fun. We did it a couple times, really enjoyed it. But as we're here on the World Promenade, let's take a look at the All-Star Sports Bar. Now this is another great spot if you are a fan of draft beers. They have a ton of different draft beers in here. I spent a good bit of time in here having some beers and really enjoyed it each time. They also have the self-service area where you can pour your own. Just scan your card, and as you see over there on the wall under those TVs, you just scan your card. It tells you what kind of beer it is, and bam, pour your own. You don't even have to wait to get served. So that was just awesome. Probably used that more than I should have. But as you can see, there's a lot of draft beers in here as well. Now they also have food in here. Now there is a charge for the food, but again, it was just awesome to be able to pop in here and grab something quick, burgers and quick bites, but definite bar food, but it was good. Ate in here with my daughter one afternoon. There's ample space in here. So if this was, during whatever sports season you're a fan of and there was a lot of games on, I can see where you would definitely want to be in here. TVs everywhere. Now they also have darts up here on your right, and in the outside area of the bar they have shuffleboard. Now there's a fee for both of those, but it's still definitely cool. Shuffleboard is much more fun than I thought it would be. I enjoyed playing it. But again, there's ample seating out here as well, so you can have a big group. There's just so many places in each of these bars to have larger groups. It's really awesome. A lot of seating out here as well. And this is a smoking area where they permit smoking. I always like to take a look off the back of the ship. But I love all the couches everywhere on this ship. They just really make great use of all the space. But again, if you're looking for beers, this would be a great place to come. And if you look outside, there are 2 self-service beer stations outside as well, which I'll show you in a minute. But directly across from the sports bar was one of my daughter's favorites. The cotton candy was a win. The kids loved it. There was always a good long line for it, so it was a good touch out here. But they have popcorn, other quick bites. They had some sliders. Really enjoyable there. Now let's hop into the candy store, another place I strongly suggest you do not go with your children. but they have tons of frozen yogurt, lots of stuffies that your kids are going to want to buy, lots of candy. They also have some really cool kids events in here. You can sign up in the kids club, or they also have some ladies down here who will sign you up different times of the week. They have crepes and waffles right there. The crepes are really good on this ship. Lots of frozen yogurt and ice cream options here. They also have an outdoor area, which is really well done. Space is big, but again, you can order some different types of food in here. Definitely waffles, crepes. We ended up sitting back here multiple times throughout the cruise. It's a great space. But you head to the back of the ship. If you look right there to your right, that is some draft beer stations outside as well. You can just pop over and grab a beer. Totally awesome. This little area in the back is really cool, really big and open. There was usually a lot of folks out here just hanging in the evenings. It was really great space. I'm gonna just sit and let you look off the back of the ship. But again, lots of great seating back here. And this ship just looks so awesome out here, especially at night, which I'll show you in a minute with all the lights. I love the design of this ship. And there is the glass walkway that you can walk over. Every time I do it, I still get the heebie-jeebies. They also do different things out here during the day. There's yoga in the mornings and just lots of stuff going on out here. But as we head back towards the restaurant area, we can hop in and take a look at the Greek restaurant. Again, these two elevators right here take you right up to 18, 19, and 20. So if you want to get up to the Zen area or the Adventure area, you can just pop right up those elevators. It was super convenient. You didn't have to walk all the way to the elevator banks, which I thought was a great idea. It saves a lot of trouble. And again, don't forget about the quick walk-up window right here at the Greek place. And again, the outdoor seating here is really cool at night. Definitely had a good feel in there. But again, I ate here one night on the cruise. We had a really good meal. I'm not a huge fan of Greek food, but we did enjoy it. They had a band that was some musicians, I guess, really, that were strolling around playing. It was really lively in here. It had a good vibe. This is definitely one of the bigger of the specialty restaurants. And again, the theming in here is just looks really cool, looks good. They did such a great job on the specialty restaurants. All right, from here we can walk up to the Coffee Emporium. This was my go-to spot for coffee every morning. Definitely have to kind of feel it out and get the right mix of how many shots to order for your coffee to get it the way you like it. So don't forget that. Just Tell them to add an extra shot if you like it a little stronger. But it was a great space. Always had some nice pastries and stuff right there as well. Definitely had a cool coffee shop vibe in here. All right, I'll let you also take a look at some of the nighttime footage. But again, this was just such an amazing space in the evenings. They did such a great job. We really, really enjoyed this area of the ship. All right, from here, we'll head to the pool area. They have the inside area on the main pool deck, which could be covered or open. And then the main pool, which is really big. Set up really nice. Lots of seating out here. The pool was a definite winner. My daughter loved it. They have a couple covered seats out here, so if you want to grab those, you have to get up really early to get them. I got them a few days, and it's nice to not have to bake in the sun all day. They did lots of events out here. It was really, really well done. The best thing on this ship here that they added was the food area here around the bar. So you have your full bar here as normal. All the guys were awesome. They have the ice cream area or frozen yogurt area as well. They also have added the pizza and burgers. So kind of like on some other cruise lines, you can now just stroll over during the day and grab something quickly, which is so awesome. It was really missing on the other MSC ships. They totally fixed it and did a great job. The pizza is really good out here. And they had burgers and fries and different things. It was well done. Tasted really good. It's so nice to not have to go into the buffet, find something to eat, drag it out to the pool. So they really did need this, and it's really, really well done again. Again, hot dogs, french fries, hamburgers. Had some donuts out there, pastries. But again, the pizza is the clear winner on this ship. MSC does such an amazing job on the pizza. You almost forget you're on a cruise ship when you're eating it. They also had Sicilian pizza out here by the pool some days, which was really, really good. There is a charge for the frozen yogurt, but it is really good. But again, they did a great job with this whole area. Really needed on the pool area, in my opinion, and they did a great job. But as you can see, the pool does get busy. And folks definitely come out early and grab their space, so you're not going to avoid that on this ship. But the pool is really awesome, really long. Kind of like how it's one big pool rather than a couple smaller ones. So I think that is really awesome. Now the inside area, I was shocked at how busy it was. I would just assume folks always want to sit outside, but it was usually packed in here. And again, sometimes the roof was open, sometimes it was closed, even if it was sunny, so I couldn't figure that out. But there's a ton of seating in there. All kinds of loungers and different types of beds to sit on. I have to admit, by about day 5, I came in here and took a nap a couple of times. They have some really comfortable seating. There's also a bar up there on the next level up, which I frequented many times over the week because it was often not as busy as some of the other areas. They would also set up satellite bars, like little small ones, which was really great, so you could really get a drink really quick. They did a great job with that on this ship. This area has a ton of covered seating, a bunch of loungers over there by the glass windows, which is awesome because you can just look out at the water. They have a hot tub, which is pretty big, which kind of sits out over the water on each side of this area, which was really nice. It's funny, when I first got on the ship, I looked at these and was like, who would be sitting inside? And by the 4th or 5th day, I came in here a couple of times and sat and looked right out those same windows. So believe it or not, people definitely use this area. Here you can get a look at what the pool looks like with the roof all the way open. Definitely thought that was the best use of the space, but they had it covered a good bit of the time. Maybe just to keep the sun off folks, but it was nice when it was open. Again, they have these little hot tubs inside of that little cocoon thing. My daughter loved those and spent a lot of time in those hot tubs. As you can see, she is in there now. But from here we can jump up one more deck. Definitely get a feel for what it looks like. Again, it's a really unique space. They also have a lot of foosball tables up here and a couple ping pong tables. Found myself up here multiple times during the trip playing games with my daughter. She loved foosball and the ping pong, so it was definitely a winner. Another look at the hot tub there and the view. Again, this is a full bar up here. Also had coffee up here. Just grab a cocktail and kind of sit here and look out at the pool. It was cool. The other side over here had a ton of seating. Again, if you're just looking to get out of the sun or just come up and chill and have a drink, this was a great area. Did get a little humid in there though when the top was closed. Probably from the hot tubs, but keep that in mind. And from here you can head right out to the upper pool decks. And there's seating all throughout the upper pool deck as well. And again, on sea days, this would definitely all fill up. One cool thing about the pool area, it has kind of like the stadium seating, kind of heading up a few rows. I always like grabbing some of those. And all the way up on 20, you have the top 20 exclusive solarium for the Aria guests. As you can see, during the day they put loungers out. At night they open it up. You have the two little pool hot tub things on each side. They have a full bar up here. It was a really cool space, especially at night. You should get a feel for how big it is. Again, I think they had such a great use of space on this ship. Feels like every space has a purpose and a use. It's really well done. But this area is really big. Good look at the pool in the evening. We can head back down and finish walking the upper decks of the pool area. There are some hot tubs kind of hidden up here, so keep that in mind. One day we grabbed a seat right above it so my daughter could just pop right down and hop in the hot tub. She loved it. If you look to your left, you see those loungers that have ropes around those. Those are for the yacht club folks. There's also a hot tub here on the left. Which was funny, I noticed it was empty a lot of the time, so keep that in mind. If you like the hot tubs, head up there. If you keep walking straight to that little thing there to the left, that would take you up to the Adventure area. Kind of like a back little stairway. And if you come down the steps on the opposite side, it would bring you here, and we'll walk back towards the inside pool deck on the opposite side, so you can see the other upper pool deck. And again, the roped off chairs there are for the yacht club folks. Again, there's another hot tub up here on this side as well. And as I mentioned, on a busy sea day, even this upper deck gets pretty packed. So they do utilize all of the seating. So again, I always suggest wake up early, come on down and get yourself a spot. So I'll let you little peek at a couple shots of the pool when it's busy so you know what to expect.
Team Captain Leo, she's very loud, so you're in good hands with the walk ride. Alright, so are you ready? We're gonna count you in. You walk right in. 3, 2, 1. My goodness, that's it here. Hold up. Final time. I'm just gonna scoreboard, yeah? Yeah, final time. So challenge number 1, him. Challenge 2, you guys. Challenge 3.
All right, let's jump to the Zen Area on deck 18, the rear of the ship. This is the adults only area of the ship. I have to say I love this area of the ship. Definitely a little more quiet than some of the other areas. And again, the loungers with ropes around them are reserved for the yacht club guests. But there is ample seating up here for sure. And there are some little couch things in the back that were super comfortable. I camped out on one of those one afternoon. But I know when you're cruising with all adults, sometimes you do want to get away from the craziness of the main pool and the kids and the noise. So this area was really cool for that. They have 2 small pools, one on each side. Definitely good for hopping in to cool off. There's a closer look at the pool. I love how they have the little seating right next to the pool. You can just slide right on in. You can see the jaw drop slide there, the shark, dropping you all the way down. Deck 8, which is super fun. But again, tons of chairs up here. The fact that MSC dedicated so much space to an adults only area is just so awesome. We loved it. Now these larger covered ones where there's 4 sets of seats, just like at the pool, the main pool, those you do not have to reserve, but you may end up with somebody right next to you, which is fine because it's still nice to be under the shade sometimes. Now the area up here next to the bar, they do allow smoking, just FYI. But they do have this Zen bar right here, which was an awesome bar. Grab a cocktail and just grab a seat right there along the glass, and you can look right up over the back of the ship. Definitely a cool spot. They also do have servers that walk around the area, so you don't always have to get up and grab your own drinks, which was nice. Definitely more of them in this area than I noticed at the main pool area. I found myself always getting my own drink at the pool. But again, the ones that are roped off, you do have to reserve. But if you are looking for a quieter space, you're certainly going to be able to find a spot back here. Because it would get sort of crowded, but it would never get overly crowded, at least during our cruise. This is also where you will find the glass walkway. It takes you over the World Promenade. Again, every time I walked over this, I still kind of got a weird feeling. But you definitely have to do it when you ride the MSC ships. As you see, I kind of walked a little to the right. It freaked me out a little bit. But it's definitely cool. And as you can see up there, the shark in the yellow buildings is the Adventure area, which we're going to head to next. There's the water park up there as well. The family Adventura area. Jaw drop was really fun, so make sure you head up there and do it. It's open at various times throughout the day. Go ahead and take one last look at the Zen area so you can kind of see it from above. But this area was really awesome. My daughter loved it. There's a lot to do for the kids up here. Definitely keep you busy. If you want to know how to get up to the ropes course, that stairway right there is where you go. My daughter was looking around for a while until she figured it out. So I figure I'll save you the trouble. Because if you don't come from this side, you don't really see that sign, so you don't know what it is. But the ropes course is really awesome. It's definitely the best I've seen on any ship. Get a good look at the water slides there as well. There's 3 different slides. Very small rock wall there, I guess, for little kids, and the climbing area here is for little folks. My daughter is 9, and she still climbed through it a few times. You can see where the elevator comes up to this area right there. That goes back and forth from the World Promenade. Skips all the floors with rooms. This little area is just great to know. You can grab a drink, come back here, and park yourself while your kids are playing, or it's a great view off the back of the ship. I found myself up here multiple times. As you can see down on the World Promenade, they are doing some yoga in the morning down there. But again, there's seating everywhere on this ship. It's just cool. But the way they have this set up really feels awesome. Just walking through the area. They did a great job at the theming and how the vibe up here is really awesome. Get another good look at the ropes course. It gets busy up here, so keep that in mind. And when you get on the ship, you have to get a wristband to ride the slides, the water slides, and to do any of the other things. And you can fill out the paperwork right at that little desk. Once you do it once, even if the band falls off, the next day you just go up, give them your room key, and they will give you a new wristband. So you don't have to go through the whole process every time. Because my daughter ripped her band off every day. That's the stairway that'll take you up to the water slides. Actually taller than you think. The water slides were definitely fun. See how long they are. And tucked over here is kind of the little kids play area. This was kind of an odd area. So this, if your kids are not tall enough to ride the slides or go on any of the other things in this area, this is kind of where they go. So as you can see, it's kind of a, I don't know, like an afterthought almost. It's kind of stuck over here. There's really nowhere to sit because you generally have to stay with your really young kids. So if you're over here, kind of get a look at it from above to kind of get a feel for the size. But again, my 9-year-old was tall enough to kind of do everything, so she wasn't over here. She kind of looked at it and took a hard pass. But if you do have younger kids, this is kind of it. So definitely speak with myself or another advisor if you're coming with little kids, so you kind of know what to expect. I saw some parents just having to stand over here kind of with their young ones, and because you want them to have a good time, so you're going to let them do it. But I don't know, it's definitely not ideal, at least to me. So that's kind of it for your young kids. But we can go ahead and head back over towards the other side. So again, you can see where you come down off the water slides right there. Again, you get a good look at that ropes course. That thing was something. My daughter loved it. I think she did it just about every day, a couple days, twice during the day. So speaking of her time on the ropes course, I'll let you take a look at a couple clips. Good. All right, Georgia. Now pull yourself. There you go. But again, she had a ball on that ropes course. If your kids are adventurous and love doing stuff like that, they are going to love it. They also have the cliffhanger over at this side of the ship. I rode it a couple times with my daughter. I think it's $5. And you just sign up. They have kind of a walk-up window where you can just wait, or you can reserve it on the app and pick a time. So that's what we did. And I have to say, it starts out slow. It is kind of creepy because you are kind of out over the ocean. I kind of thought it was silly at first, but when I got on it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is kind of creepy. But it was enjoyable once it got going. I held on a lot tighter than I thought I would. But I definitely recommend doing it while you're on the ship. It was definitely fun. But from here, they have a bar area over here. If you were wondering where to get drinks up here, this is the side with the bar. And there's some frozen yogurt right there. And there's also a quick service food area as well. Now, there were a lot of servers running around this area, so they'll also bring you your drinks. Hard to see. They have a little menu there. I think I have a cut to the little board with the food on it, which I'll show you in a moment. If you're thinking, that's the elevator banks back there, a stairway down to the main pool, and there's a bathroom there as well. So if you look for any of those things, that's where they are, tucked back there. Here's a look at the menu. They did add some corn dogs and some pigs in a blanket, which I can say were really good. If you head in through this door, it kind of goes into the Sportsplex area. Now, they do all kinds of things during the day in here. Obviously basketball, they have pickleball in the morning. This is where they do the bumper cars, which were super fun. They also have the Lego Family Zone, as you can see here. So it's on the second story if you're looking to bring your younger kids up and do some Legos. They have a cool little area up here. My daughter came up a couple times, and there was other kids up here, so they ended up playing together. So it's definitely a useful space. Kids love Legos. They haven't put any out yet because this is early morning, but when you come up, there'll be Legos out on all the tables. So I guess that's another thing you could bring your younger kids to if they're not tall enough for some of the other activities and they like Legos. Once my daughter saw the bumper cars, it was all over. No thoughts of Legos again. We'll do a quick cut. You can see they're doing some pickleball. Which again, they were doing that every morning. There's also a full bar in here. I think it's the box bar. We'll jump to some footage of the bumper cars just so you know how much fun they are. Definitely sign up for it.
I need to go, I need to go, I need to go, I need to go.
That's because you're young.
The bumper cars are so awesome. But anyway, they do have a full bar in here, as I was mentioning. A lot of seating in here as well. So if you're waiting for folks to get done what they're doing, they have the bar and the seats. It's kind of a nice little space. And across from the Sportsplex is the gym. Now, I do not frequent the gym when I'm on vacation. I don't frequent the gym when I'm not on vacation. But if my wife was with us, she'd have been in here every morning. So I figured I'd get a little footage of it for her and share it with you as well. It was cool. The glass is floor to ceiling and it looks out over the pool area. So it definitely gives you something to look at while you're working out, which I assume would make it more enjoyable. But it's definitely not my thing on vacation. And for my friends traveling with kids like I was, if you're looking for the entrance to the kids club, it is up on 19 mid-ship, right by the entrance to the buffet. You just head up this little red carpeted walkway, and there is a desk there to your left. You would head there on the day you get on the ship and sign them up, and then they're good to go for the rest of the cruise, so it's super easy. There's also an arcade in this area. My daughter loves the arcade, so we spend some time in here for sure. There's also the Formula One racer, which is up in this area as well. Kind of just head down this hallway, which is right next to the arcade and right by the kids club. And then to the left there, you would head in. There's a desk right there, and that's where you sign up. And it gets you a quick look at what they look like in there. I did not do it on this cruise, but I talked to some folks who did and said it was really cool. But again, I do have to say the kids' activities on this ship are awesome. There's so much to do. The kids club, my daughter loved. Also, my daughter did a donut making and sushi making class, which you can set up in the kids club. They do them every day around 3, I think. She really enjoyed them.
I made these little fishy things.
I think they're like $5. Totally worth it. Also on deck 6, they have the Luna Theater, which they do some kids activities in. They also do adult activities in there as well. So keep an eye on the app and see what's going on. But if they're doing something for the kids, it's definitely worth hopping in there. It's super fun. All right, one quick thing on the buffet. I'm not going to bore you with a quick video of all the food. If you like buffets, you like them, and if you don't, you probably won't. But The seating on this ship and the buffet is really awesome. They have it set up great views. Come up here and eat is just awesome. Seating on both sides of the walkway, and there's even outdoor seating if you look through the window that looks down on the World Promenade. They knocked it out of the park on this layout, so I wanted to share that little bit with you. Also, we had an infinite ocean view stateroom, which we loved. I love having a little bit extra space in the room. I love a balcony, but I figured it was a new ship. We would spend all of our time out exploring, which is what we did. So you just get a little bit bigger room, and this window opens up, which was super awesome. But the room itself had tons of plugs. There's a refrigerator down in there. The setup was great. Little bench if you need to do some work, and a little desk on the other side of the bed, which was great because I had to do some work while I was on this trip. The couch pulls out to a bed that my daughter slept on, which was awesome. So she loved it. She had her own little space. But I highly recommend the Infinite Ocean View. Definitely was awesome. I'll show you how the window opens in a moment. And I mean, most every cruise line, the rooms are about the same size, so it's pretty standard to me. Same thing with the safe, some drawers, and then hanging on the other side. But I did love that little desk. Found it useful. I'll take a quick look at the bathroom because I know folks like to see it. Now, one thing to mention, I'm 6 foot and 200 pounds, so I'm a fairly big guy, and the shower was, may not look it, but it was noticeably more sizable than I'm used to on a cruise ship. So I thought it was, maybe it's how it's designed, I'm not sure, but I felt like I didn't feel as cramped in it, so I thought it was awesome. So if you want to see how the window opens, just find that little button there, and bam, window goes down. It was awesome to let the breeze come in the morning, or if you're pulling into port so you can see everything. Totally awesome. But you still get the good views you would get with a balcony, but you get a little more real estate in the room itself. Still get the breeze you can have, blowing in, which I love with a balcony. But it really was nice, just like having a balcony. You just head out, take a look out at the ocean, still get the sounds. Really love the room. Also at sunrise and sunset, you could open it up and just take a peek out. Definitely better than regular ocean view. But again, highly recommend the room. I found it to be everything I had hoped for. Alright, I have to do a section on the brand new MSC terminal. This terminal is a game changer. I really can't say enough at how awesome it was, how easy it was, how quickly we just flowed right through. You just come in, look at the monitors, find the one that matches, what you booked, whether you're suites or just regular folk like I was. But anyway, you get in the correct line, which moved really quickly, and you run through the line. When you get to the front, they have facial recognition, which was just super easy. You just walk up, give them your passport, they scan it, match it up, and you're pretty much done. There is no other steps. That's it. No waiting in lines, no having somebody go through all the nonsense you usually have to go through. It was really a game changer and made it, I just couldn't believe it. It happened so quick that you're just through it. As soon as you get through the facial recognition, they have these security lines, which are nice and long like an airport, so they actually flow good. I know, like, they have the little ones at a lot of the cruise terminals, and they back up, and it was just a mess. This just flowed perfectly. It was amazing. Got right through. They have it just looks great. I mean, as you can see, the area is just humongous. It was super, super quick, super awesome. Didn't feel cramped. As you come through the main area here, there's a guy standing there who will come up and he gives you a number, and that is your boarding number. And that's how it worked for us. So then you head into the main seating area, which is very large and nice. And just a quick aside, if you are thirsty when you walk in, they have some awesome cucumber water or lemon water that you can grab. And I was super thirsty, so my daughter ran over and grabbed some. It was really good. I was glad they had it. Anyway, keep that in mind. But everything is really well, the instructions are really easy to follow. They have everything labeled well, like up on the signs that tell you right where to go. They have the sections for the yacht club folks to go check in and kind of get right through. They were very strict at the numbers, so keep that in mind. I know there's a lot of cruise folks who don't listen well and like to just walk right up. Well, they did check your number, and they were pretty strict about it, so keep that in mind. But again, man, we just got in super quick, maybe 10 minutes from the time I got out of the Uber till I was sitting in here, and that's with all the walking. So I mean, it was just super quick. And then bam, got on the ship really quick. So it's really great. You'll enjoy it. Alrighty, make sure you check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And if you need to book a cruise, give us a call or check us out on our website at MinottiTravelClub.com. Happy cruising.